Surprise, chat. We're here early. Usually I'm late, but right now I'm early. So we're going to be talking about the academics. A lot of you are probably not old enough to get the reference, but I was thinking about what title to give it, and then it came up into my head. Oh, those were the times, weren't they? And so we're going to talk about Oxford. We're going to be talking about transgender issues. Important topic in the modern world. Your merit is not as important as your identity. Going to discuss that. And then maybe we can spend a little bit more time to talk about the new game that's coming out. Warhammer 40k, the Horus Heresy. Looks pretty good. And it's done by a company that I have somewhat a level of trust in. They're not really bad. It's a Russian company, you know, which means that if I buy the game, I will have to buy a game from Ukraine. It's how it works. You'll see that when it comes out, a lot of people will say, well, if you buy this, you're giving money to the Russians. And so it is your duty, your obligations. If you buy the game and you give the Russians the tank, you need to buy a game so you can give the Ukrainians the tank as well, right? You bring balance to the world. You live the world exactly the way you found it. Anyway, should we start talking about the transgender issues? Or should we wait a little bit for more people to join? Apparently, Hassan Piker has responded to the Adil. I'll need to make a video on that. Hassan Piker, luckily for all of us, has disavowed the fact that he is a gamer. The Adil was probably trying to box him in as a gamer to go after Steam, and Hassan is like, I'm not a gamer. And I was like, wait, thank you, Hassan. Can you say it a little bit louder? Can you say it so that everyone else can hear it? Chat, look at this shit, okay? I just want you to look at the screen, and I'm telling you, like, what you're going to see cannot be unseen, right? According to a tabloid, Amy Schumer says John Cena was actually inside her while filming an X-rated scene. Now, I don't know if she's joking or not, but like, for the sake of the argument that she's not, I'm willing to bet that she insisted on it. She was like, I want deep immersion. I want full immersion to be able to act the part as convincingly as possible. I hope it's just an internet meme and it's not real. Jesus fucking Christ. Seriously, I can't unsee it now. It's stuck. It's like watching a Mexican cartel execution video. You know, someone gives you a link and you don't know what it is and you click on it and it's there and it's like a train wreck and you can't look away. And after that, you feel as if a part of you is missing. A part of you that you will never get back. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt after reading that, so... Or she didn't complain? Like, what do you mean? Like it just happened? It slipped? And her eyes bulged? She let out a squeak? But the show had to go on. Show must go on! Yeah? What, do you think it was like that? Which opening? I don't know. You'd have to go... Dude, I didn't do the research for this, alright? Like, there are certain horrors on the internet that, when presented to me, I just like, okay, maybe it happened, maybe it didn't. I'm not going to look into it. I'll just make fun of it and move on. Zenothium! You said you don't have money, and now you're giving me more cash. You're going to end up broke, but thank you. Thank you for the $5. How goes your day? Hassan being arrested as a terrorist sympathizer would make my year. Thank you for the buyer's remorse. Hassan cannot be arrested for being a terrorist sympathizer because he's in the United States, okay? And in the United States, he has free speech. Secondly, he's got connections. Like, his uncle probably knows people in D.C. He's well-connected. He's not going to get arrested. He may be investigated, though, right? Like, he may get a knock at his door, which is probably... what the authorities know would happen is that he would get a lot of fame afterwards. So they're pretty much like, okay, well, either deplatform him or leave him the fuck alone. Like, no in between, because they don't wanna Streisand him to relevance, especially now that he's losing subscribers. I'm curious, like, how many people know about him. He's pretty famous, though, at this point. Like, he was in the news. He was on Fox News. He was on the New York Times. The Abdul spoke about it. Like he's probably more famous than Asmongold. I'm pretty sure if you go around in the United States, right, and you talk with people from the new generation that grew up with Twitch, and you ask them about who Hassan is, I think they may have heard of him. It's like, oh, it's that terrorist sympathizer guy in the news, right? It's the black ship of the Cheng family. It's like, yeah, pretty much. The one that Anna Kasperian warned us about. Yeah. He's not going to be arrested, but it still would be funny. I don't know, man. I got my principles. It's not fun. I actually do believe in free speech. You know, him getting the platform, yes, but not because of what he said, but because he's supporting this type of system. However, getting arrested is a little bit too far. He didn't, like, he physically didn't do any harm, right? Like, he didn't use finances in order to support terrorist groups. He didn't train the didn't ask the terrorists to do it. It's like, it is what it is, you know? Let me put it this way, okay? Make it clear. If Hassan should get arrested, then so should the mainstream media. Like, there are so many journalists that I have seen inciting people to violence, especially during the Summer of Love. Hassan Piker is probably at the bottom of the list of people that deserve getting arrested for shit they said. Like, I am more concerned with what the mainstream media says online in front of tens of millions of people and all the journalists than Hassan Piker. And then, like, let's analyze it for a bit. Let's say that what Hassan Piker is doing is stochastic terrorism, right? Like, let's say that he is radicalizing his audience with his thing. Well, when a mainstream media like the New York Times takes his shit and puts it on their page, aren't they collaborating with that? Like, are they co-conspirators? Because now they're driving traffic to Hassan. Like, there's a lot of people that see it. They go and check Hassan. You know, the harmful thing that Hassan says is now in the New York Times, right? So, like, if we're going to apply the law and we're not just looking to punish someone, then we'll apply it consistently. Why grant Hassan something he'd happily take from you at the first chance? Well, as I said, I'm not against him getting the platform, right? It's just that I'm all for checks and balances, right? It's like just enough punishment, not going overboard. I'm compassionate, chat. Compassionate. I don't go full 11. Like, you need to dial it to a 5 and a 6, and you go full 11 when bad things happen. If you go full 11 all the time, then you stop being scary, right? Like, at least now you seem reasonable. It's like, yeah, you should get the platform, not arrested. But if you start sparking out and demanding other people get arrested, oh, well, then you demand as well, right? Like, you need to keep it on a level. Zanothium, everyone keeps saying is going to cause a Twitch apocalypse. And I hope not. Need to keep the crazies out there. See, here's another question, and I'm genuinely curious. How much does Twitch actually make from advertisements? Because, like, most of the time when people go watch Twitch, they get money from super chats, right? Like Twitch takes what, like half? And so I generally don't know, like, does Twitch legitimately care about the advertisements to the point where they can be hurt? I think they're pretending to care. But in reality, I think most of the revenue that Twitch has is from the donations, the subathons, that type of shit. Yeah, they're not enough to be in the green. Again, I don't know. Because, like, a lot of companies don't just care about the money. It may seem counterintuitive, but, like, if you're Jeff Bezos, right? You buy the Washington Post, not to monetize it, and hoping that, oh, it's got enough readers. No. You're buying it to create opinions, right? To be an influencer, to form opinions. And it's the same thing with Twitch. Like, Twitch's terms of service allow for specific content, specific political content. You can't just go on Twitch and talk like you're on Twitter. And so, when Amazon requires influencers, when they require people to push a certain topic, they do. Or when they want to suppress a certain thing from the market, they do. I don't think that Twitch is actually ran for financial gains. Because if it was, they would just play into the whole not for safe stuff, right? Like, they would just have a website, like Twitch Adult, or whatever the fuck, and just let women use Twitch, and maybe, you know, have some terms of service where you don't allow actual pornography, but, like, maybe titties, you know, maybe like some lewd stuff, but, like, not full-on porking, not penetration, just, like, have a woman that's sitting naked and talking to the chat, or have a woman that's painting her tits, which is already what Twitch is doing, right? But like, just monetize it, normalize it, have it on a website. It would create millions of dollars. You'd probably bankrupt OnlyFans if you did it. But they're not doing it, right? So if they're not doing it, it means that they don't really care about the money. They actually care about the ideology. They do care about forming and manipulating public opinion. And it seems that Hassan Piker is something that they want to promote. I don't know why, but there is no way that he would be on the platform all the way up until now if they genuinely didn't want him. How can I reach their kids? Twitch is not very profitable. Again, I don't know. And it depends what they're interested in getting it. Because like, if they're interested in getting money, yeah, it's not profitable. But if they're interested in getting propaganda, ideology, and grooming the next influencers, then I think they are profitable. Amazon does not subsidize Twitch. Doesn't matter. It's still theirs. The ad mechanics are so annoying. Ads on Twitch make people hate the product and the company. And yet they still go there. I'm sick and tired of listening to what people say. I'm looking at what they do. If you have people bitching and whining, it's like, oh my goodness, I hate this, but you still do it, I don't think you hate it. I think you like it. It's kind of the same thing with leftists, where we're complaining that Elon Musk is using the algorithm to bombard them with right-wing content. And Elon Musk pointed out, it's like, no, the algorithm is giving you right-wing content because you see right-wing content, you go there, you rage at it, right? Like, you insult it, and the algorithm thinks, oh, you raged at this guy for 10 minutes. Well, here's 10 other guys, so you can rage at them for 100 minutes. And so, you can say you don't like it, but if you participate in it, if you spend time on it, like, I'm sorry, I don't care what you say. The algorithm notices your behavior and it rewards you for it. Solon, thank you for 100 arses. They went TND on Alex Jones for way less. So either Alex Jones should be free to open InfoWars again, or have Check's nephew visit Guantanamo Bay. If I'm not mistaken, Alex Jones wasn't actually sued by the government. Now, the government did work with the family victims in order to press charges on him. But the government itself, no, like, Alex Jones isn't going to go to prison. Like, he hasn't done anything illegal. I'm actually curious, like, what happened with Alex Jones. I know that he was supposed to pay more money than the Germany reparations towards Poland. But I haven't heard, like, did he manage to pay it off? Like, is the bill, you know, like, look at it this way. With the inflation, like, this would actually be hilarious, right? If the inflation continues, Alex Jones may actually be able to pay off his debt. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Like the country gets so fucked that they're now, the value of $1 is so low that Alex Jones can actually pay all the trillions that he's owing to the family victims. I posted a comment about agents at the courthouse in plain clothing being too conspicuous, all of them wearing baseball caps. YouTube deleted it 3 times. Oof. What, like Alex Jones? But like, again, I did mention, yeah, like the government worked with the family victims, but the government didn't sue Alex Jones, right? Like, he's not going to go to jail. What you're talking about is Hassan Piker getting arrested, so the government coming in. Now, if a family victim of Hassan Piker comes forth and wants to sue him, well, that's another conversation. The pick lesser evil game has had a difficulty level increase. Now it's global homo candidate versus a narcomaniac that allegedly took snus during live debates. In what country are we talking about? Oh, the Polish elections. I just vote for the clown in that situation. Like, if both candidates are people that I don't like, then I vote for the one that I think is going to provide the most entertainment. Because I've noticed this a lot of times, you know, the system. And by the system, I mean the bureaucrats, the people in power, right? They usually want their candidate to run against a worse candidate so that their candidate doesn't face accountability. So basically, if you're a bad politician for 4 years and you destroyed the economy, you made people's life miserable, as long as you're running against another guy that, grabbed them by the pussy or did something, cocaine or whatever the fuck, right? You're running against that guy, people will re-elect you so you can keep fucking them for 4 more years. And so we just flip the table. No, I vote for the clown. Like, I'm telling you what, the clown may or may not fuck me. May or may not destroy the economy. But I know the establishment definitely will destroy the economy. They definitely want to fuck me. And so, yeah, the guy that snorted cocaine, the president that grabbed her by the pussy, sure, what does that have to do with running a country? At the very best, he doesn't do anything or is incompetent, in which case, fucking hurrah. We get a stable legislation for next 4 years. The markets can predict what's going to happen. The stock market isn't going to collapse, right? You're not going to get new legislation, raising your taxes, new legislation, doing more bureaucracy. Yeah, I don't fucking care, Have a sex pest as president. As long as he doesn't do anything and is incompetent and doesn't know how to make the game, and all the other politicians are freaking out and they're trying to get him to step down and the mainstream media is hyper-focused on him, perfect. That means no new legislation to crack down on the internet. That means no new legislation to debank people. That means a pause in their environmentalist agenda. No, put the fucking degenerate as president. Don't fucking care at this point, I would rather have a degenerate than someone that's competent, but is like willing to bring me into technocratic feudalism. Into their digital feudalism utopia. Yeah, I don't want that guy. Get the sex pest. I don't care what he did. And if you get the sex pest, that means that literally anyone. I don't fucking care. Like, whatever they did. Even a convicted serial killer. Put him as the president. Put him as the fucking president. It's a lot better. Like, from my point of view, right? The internet is not getting censored. My rights aren't being taken away. I'm not being taxed. I don't fucking care if that's what it takes. If the world is that bad, if we reach the point where even a fucking convicted serial killer would be better than our politicians, I would vote for the serial killer. Because I'm voting out of spite. I'm not voting out of principle. I'm not voting out of ideology. I'm not voting because I'm deluded. Oh, it's going to be better. I don't want it to be better. I just want to stop being worse. I don't want to get it anywhere worse than it is, right? Like, I want stability for once. Like, since 2020, we have been in a smooth decline, and I just want the decline to stop. Like, pause for a little bit, okay? Stop it with the inflation. Stop it with the taxation. Stop with all of this shit. Just let the way it is and let the economy fix itself. Look at the United States, right? Like, they voted for decency on the ballot. Like, this is what happens when you vote for decency on the ballot, right? Because Trump was indecent. He said bad things on Twitter. And you get cocaine in the White House. You get trans titties in front of the White House, the transgender flag in the middle, the American flag placed in a position of inferiority. You get butt sex in the Senate. You get a trans woman that stole underwear at the airport, and she was the energy secretary. You get, did I talk about the cocaine in the White House? I did, right? You get all this shit, and yet it was like, oh, we're voting for decency, right? Like, this guy is presentable. Like you're already voting for that. You're already voting for the bad shit. Might as well be honest about it. Might as well just like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to vote for that guy because it's fucking funny. Yeah, I want a coke addict as the president. Why the fuck not? At least he's not a professional politician. Like, the professional politician, is my mind, is below the sex pest, below the cocaine addict, like literally at the fucking bottom. You cannot go even worse than the professional politician. Literally anyone, any person on planet Earth, any type of person imaginable, even Dr. Disrespect, is above the professional politician. There is nothing lower or at the same fucking level in my mind. Anyway. You get racismus and sexismus. Yeah, that's what you get. By the way, if you like the stream, please hit the like button. It actually helps promote the stream. And if you can show it on Discord servers and whatever you are, it would help me tremendously to entertain other people and convince them to vote for a coke addict rather than a career politician. I vote for Tifa's not safe for work on the Senate. Well, at least that's entertaining. Like when I hear that they raise my taxes, I go sad. But when I see Tifa's titties in the Italian parliament, I laugh. And therefore, it's not a difficult decision. Alright, let's go to the next news. Apparently, we have this. Bella Ramsey is now the most hated actor in Hollywood. And so, I don't know if it's true or not, but like, I want you to watch the way that she looks here, right? Like she's not a supermodel, but at least she looks better than they did her in The Last of Us. Like they did this woman dirty. I said it before, like, imagine if I pay the kid, right? Like, I go to a 16-year-old and I pay him money to fight in a ring, right? And I'm like, look, you get $1 million. All you gotta do is go in a ring and you gotta fight for 3 minutes, right? And I put him against Mike Tyson in his prime. And you see the 16-year-old, like, running around. You know, he's scared, he's terrified. The audience mocks, laughs at him, humiliates him. Who's the bad guy in this picture? Is it the kid? I mean, he got $1 million, right? It's pretty fucking tempting. Like, not gonna lie, most people would be tempted. No, it's me. I did the bad thing, right? Like, I put the kid in a situation to humiliate him. Like, I know he's not Mike Tyson. I know he can't handle it, but I lied to him. I told him he can. This is the exact same thing that's happening in Hollywood, right? Like, ever since Harvey Weinstein got arrested, you have all these casting producers that are absolutely sadistic. They're taking women that are mid, or definitely not superstars, and putting them in action movies in romantic positions. That they're putting her in the role of Juliet. They're putting her in the role where the person should ooze femininity, right? Like, out of 350 million people, they should be like the top 1% when it comes to femininity, grace, and everything like that. And so everyone laughs at them, right? Like, the entire community that watches, men, women, everyone is looking at it, it's like, what the fuck, right? And it's not the actress's fault. It's the person that cast them and the academic that is trying to say, no, everyone is beautiful. People don't believe that, all right? Like, most people do not believe that, because I see how women are treating this lady on various forums. They're trying to make, this is men being... No, it's not men. I mean, imagine this, right? Like if you cast a person like me in the role of Christian Grey from 50 Shades, and I got a beer belly, I got acne, I'm not beautiful at all, you know, I got bad body language, I slouch. Of course, women are going to start insulting me, especially the fans of the show that paid money to see what they expect. And when they see that, they start mocking me, because it's almost like I'm ruining their entertainment. And, you know, in a way, they're fucking right. You shouldn't take these types of contracts. This actress should have never taken the role, because it has going to affect her career. It's not that she's a bad actress, right? Like, she's fit for other roles. Just not the role that she was given. Not an action movie. Not a romance. Like in Game of Thrones, okay, she was the leader of a group of people, right? Like, she was House Mormont's leader. Okay, that fits. You don't have to act the part. Like, you're a noble woman. All right, you don't have to be beautiful. There's no romance there, you know? That's fine. If you cast her in a comedy show, okay, can work. Harder, can work. Romance, no fucking way. Like, we need to admit the fact that not everyone is built for every single role. Like, I'm not built to play Thor in Avengers, right? And I don't know her acting skills. I haven't seen it, but I have seen the pictures. I have seen the stills. And it's like, as bad as you think it is. Bogdan Wolf, they screwed with her in Game of Thrones was good, Little Bear. Here is about makeup and direction, not only the cast. Yeah, exactly. Like everything they did was to get this lady to get as much criticism as possible. And I think it's part of the marketing team. Like, this is how Parrot Analytics and other websites function. It's not how good your show is, how many people go to see it, but it's literally built around on how much outrage are you generating, how much are people talking about you on social media. And so if they go out of their way to piss off the fans, then people talk about it, you know, they have these conversations, and they're using her as a shield in order to deflect the criticism. It's like, oh, well, you don't like women that look average, man. Now, the thing in Game of Thrones, I would also say it's bad. Her first appearance was actually interesting, right? Like, it was part of a joke, kinda, but not really. you have Jon Snow going to recruit soldiers, and he's going to this island, right? That is the Bear Island. Like, you're curious, like, well, this is where Marmont comes from. And he's dealing with a child, right? Makes sense because everyone else was dead after the war, right? So, like, the only noble that's capable of leading is her. Makes universe sense, right? Like, even in an aristocratic society, it can happen. All the men died. She's the only noble. And she's playing very tough, right? Like, she is separated between joining Jon Snow or Ramsay, right? Like, she hasn't decided yet. And Jon has to persuade her. She's playing very tough, you know, it's believable. Like, she's not boxing him, she's not fighting him with a sword. She's just sitting at a table and is trying to assess what is the future of her house. And so she joins Jon, and then the joke is that she only has 100 men to spare. And so it begs disbelief. It's like, okay, so Jon traveled all the way there, spent so much time being humiliated by this kid with questions, and then you only get 100 men. But then she says, yeah, but like the men will fight fiercely. All right, fine. Perfect, right? Makes sense. In universe, perfectly fit for the role. Her acting was great. But after that, you have Jon sitting with a bunch of nobles at a table. And she basically, like, starts shaming the other nobles. It's like, well, he's the king in the north. It's like, bitch, you're sitting with people that have 10 times more land than you. That have far more combat experience than you. That are older than you. But, well, I mean, they all got plot armor, right? Like, the moment that the little girl talks, all the nobles shut the fuck up. I mean, how can they speak against her, right? Like, don't they know what she did in the script? It's almost like they saw the whole event with her. So that's when the writers go into crazy land, right? Like, in no situation, in no reasonable scenario, can she Greta Thunberg her way out of, other lords that are in a very patriarchal society where women are usually second-class citizens. But not only that, in her extraordinary situation, she managed to become in charge of her house, and now she's lecturing war generals and shit. But that's not enough, right? That's not enough. In the final battle, now she has a sword, now she's slaying giants, now she's... And this is what Hollywood has become. This is what Hollywood has become. There's like no more immersion. It's not like, how can we craft an interesting world? It's almost like, okay, well, our world says that female character have to dominate. So, like, we now have a female character. Let's have her dominate just because the audience likes her. And that's when audience starts disliking her. That's when she's cringe. Like, she went from a cool character to cringe. Neil Druckmann is already pretending, though, because of low view count of The Last of Us Season 2 and no interest in Naughty Dog upcoming games. My God, if the new Naughty Dog game isn't going to sell, this may actually change the industry. Now, for those of you who don't know, Neil Druckmann is actually the apostle of wokeness. Like he is the Muad'Dib of the left. The reason that I'm saying is that you have woke game after woke game failing, right? And all of a sudden you have The Last of Us 2. And The Last of Us 2 actually sells pretty fucking well. And so you will notice that everybody is copying The Last of Us 2. Like, The Last of Us 2 is the proof of concept. It's like woke games can sell. And what is The Last of Us 2? Like, you got a over-the-shoulder kind of stealth game, but not really, where you have crafting and some open world type of roaming. And you will notice that everyone, Ubisoft, is copying that shit. Every single game coming out, over the shoulder bullshit with like various crafting and maybe like a little bit of a leveling system. And so, if the new game doesn't do well, if the new game actually flops, finally, Neil Druckmann will be defeated. Like, finally, the golden throne of the Emperor will be reduced to shambles, and there is a small chance that studios will be, okay, we need to do things differently. Some people say that new studios can't adapt, right? Like, it's too plunged into social justice. I don't think that's the case. If I was in charge of a big studio, like let's say I was in charge of Blizzard or I was in charge of Ubisoft, what I would do is instead of focused on making the new game cost 300 millions to make and have like the best AAA graphics and shit, I would just start scaling back. Like have multiple teams, all of them churning out games. All of them like you got a team making a Heroes of Might and Magic game. You got a team making a Prince of Persia game. You know, and they're all like small AA, maybe indie-like production, and have them focus as much as possible on gameplay and story. And then when you push, you shotgun 10 games out there, you see what works and what doesn't. The ones that work, you put more people on that team, and you give them more resources. The ones that don't, you scrap them, you get rid of the team and get a new one. You do this, and you can save your entire company. Blizzard did this with Hearthstone, right? Like, look at Blizzard. They're making Hearthstone. What is Hearthstone? Very cheap to make game. Like, even I could make it. Like, the only thing that it does need is, like, the coding is an absolute joke, right? Like, the engine itself isn't that brilliant. You just need some art style for the cards. And then you need someone that can crunch the numbers and come up with the system. That's it. That's fucking it. And so, that game blew out of the water. Like a very cheap to make game with a very small dedicated team, which is now just cashing in money hand over fist. Even today it's profitable, right? That's what Ubisoft would have to do. Diablo Immortal. You know, don't you guys have foes? Everyone laughed. It's still printed money. Still printed money. You can use those games to fund your company so you can make other games. Yeah, it's the art by committee issue as well. But like, if you were to have like 10 or 15 games, then you wouldn't fucking care. Okay, this game ends up being a scandal. All right, well, you shut down that production, you fire the team, you bury the scandal, right? If the game causes a scandal, but people like it, and it sells, you don't fucking care. Keep pushing it, right? Don't respond. No company response, no nothing. Unless it pisses off like payment processors or maybe some politicians, then you do care. But if it doesn't piss off anyone, and you just have like some angry journalists and shit, keep doing it. You need a compelling idea before you make a game. I mean, at this point, you can use AI to rank ideas. You know, I don't fucking know. I would also like involve the community a little bit more. Like you can promote the 10 or 15 ideas to the community and have them vote. Which one do you like? Even if you don't follow what the community says, by the very fact that they feel involved, can actually raise your company's prestige. So yeah. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about the transgender issue, right? So well, actually no, I'll hold it for another day. I'm just going to talk about what I originally said I will. I'm going to talk about the academics. Please respond. If I can find the article, though. Give me a second so that... here we go. Yeah, look at this shit, right? This is in the media now. And the reason you have this type of news is to reinforce the idea of surveillance-based capitalism, which is the future. Like, unfortunately, whether we like it or not, we are moving in the way where the internet is going to be hyper-censored, algorithms are going to manipulate public opinion, and this is the way the European Union is going. This is where China is at right now. The United States is a little bit sluggish, but I'm pretty sure it's going to go there. And so it's not just about politics. But like, notice when a movie comes out, right? All of a sudden you have so many bots on the internet. And especially now that you have bots that can use ChatGPT and they can trick people. Because like, you don't know you're not talking with a real person. And all they're doing is they're being antagonistic. They're attacking you for not liking the movie. They're astroturfing. Like, all of that is part of, like, the digital surveillance system, right? Like, everything you do online, all of your opinions, all of your discussions, all of your conversations are going to be turned into metadata. And if you want to see something scary, go on ChatGPT and use deep search and search for, I don't know, Pipkin Pippa, Mr. Medicare, you know, whatever you want. You will see how the bot compiles all of their controversies from the internet, documents everything they did, everything they said, all of their important posts, right? Now, realize that someone that wants to employ you can do the same. Like someone that's in government. Let's say you have a person like Marine Le Pen, and she's inconveniencing people. Now you just hit up the algorithm, goes through everything that she posted, everything that she did, all of her taxes, everything. Eventually we'll find something. And it's enough to find something that's credible enough to start a procedure and that inconveniences her. That's the future, right? And so you need academics to convince people to want the future. And the sad thing is, most people want the future. More than half of most populations in Europe, probably even in the United States, they want safety online. You know, pornography is dangerous, misinformation is dangerous, disinformation, terrorism. And so the only way to fix it is to embrace digital surveillance. And this is why I think is the future. And so the academics, why do they support it? Well, because you can see how Trump is fucking with them. They don't like having a politician that is cutting their funds, that is telling them they need to have free speech now, and that the university professor can be challenged. They don't want to be challenged. They want to be respected. They want to be viewed as authoritative so that people make loans in order to go to the university. If you go to a university where you think that the professor may be wrong, well, all of a sudden the admission drops, right? And so they will support politicians that play ball. They will support politicians that justify the censorship. And this is why you get these types of articles, which say that Oxford, TikTok is dangerous because it creates parallel reality and amplifies emotional manipulation. So all of a sudden, you know, the reader doesn't think for themselves, doesn't go like, hold on a little bit, emotional manipulation. Isn't that what every Instagram thought is doing? Like every Instagram hooker is basically saying that she doesn't hate me, she's just disappointed. Isn't that emotional manipulation? Okay, well, that exists, so why is TikTok a problem? TikTok creates parallel reality. Yeah, I get to see a guy cooking a steak on the top of a car in sunlight, and then he does a backflip. Like, that's not an alternative reality, that's content. But, you know, I get what they're saying, right? It's basically, well, we don't know, it can manipulate the children, and it's China. It's China manipulates. China authoritarian manipulates human rights abuses. China. Isn't this what Facebook does? Isn't this what Twitter does? Isn't this what Google does? Isn't this what YouTube does? They all do the manipulation. Every single one of them they manipulate, right? Oh, it's out of your control. Oh, I see. So as long as I'm being manipulated by social media companies that play ball with you, then it's fine. Even though I'm being manipulated, you don't care about me. You don't give a shit about me. You just don't want competition. Okay, well, why don't you say that? You know, just fucking say that. Because at the end of the day, why does China manipulate? Why? Why is China manipulating? It's because your product is shit, right? Your product is ideological first. You don't prioritize the entertainment. Why do people go on TikTok? Well, because TikTok has different terms of service that aren't in the West. And so that's why it's more popular. Make your own platforms more popular. Start thinking utilitarian and stop thinking ideologically. China has no problem showing big fat tits if people come to see the tits. The West is like, oh, we can't show that. We need to show some queerness instead. I mean, look, if queerness can't compete with the tits, whose fault is it? Whose fault is it, huh? Queerness is not as popular as the fucking titties. Holy shit. Alexander, 100 euros. Jesus fucking Christ. I struck gold. Where are you from? Huh? How's inflation over there? Jesus. Hi, V. Thanks for the advice. All the best to you and your family. Oh, yeah. He DM'd me this morning. I didn't manage to see this. Going to rat you out, Alexander. Going to rat you out. I didn't manage to respond to him because I was just waking up, and I'm checking the messages, and I'm like, I respond to him later. He found an Ushikushi Romanian waifu and asked me how to treat her. How to treat the Romanian waifu. And I said, be brutally honest, right? Like, don't sugarcoat things. No, like, if her dress sucks, just say that it sucks, right? Just be brutally honest with everything. And he did. And apparently now they're getting married. So I want everyone to congratulate Mr. Alexander. There is a Romanian woman right now that's going to have the name Zagraev. She's definitely going to have the name Zagraev because Romanian women are not progressive. They don't want the man to take their name. Wake me up inside. Gave me a funny idea about OnlyFans girls building apartment complexes to rent out to their Sims. Well, let me tell you something about OnlyFans girls, right? Like, this is a hidden secret of my country. I think it's not just mine. It's mostly with Eastern Europe. I wondered, like, where does Romania make the money from? And I was surprised to see that around 5 to 10% of our national GDP comes from crypto bros, content creators, and OnlyFans girls, right? So, like, a lot of people that are like, oh, I hate OnlyFans, I wish it was that, you're going to cripple the economy. I'm not even kidding. Like, half of the economy in Romania, well, less than half, but like close to half, is built around these digital nomads, right? The crypto bros, the OnlyFans girls, video chat, that type of shit, and content creators. The other half is people that work for the government, right? So, like, university professors, prosecutors, judges, doctors, right? But in order for the government to be able to employ those people, well, it needs to tax the other people, right? So, like, that's literally how the economy functions. Like, you manage to be a doctor because some chick is showing her titties to foreigners, right? And the foreigners pay her money and they come into the country. Now, yeah, you say you survive, Ceausescu, because you survive without OnlyFans, but, like, why would I hurt myself? Why would I fucking hurt myself? I already live in a house. None of my family is doing OnlyFans. I don't watch it. I know how to isolate myself from it. If the foreigner is incapable, why would I ever support or champion the foreigner to ruin my well-being? Like, no. Shut the fuck up, right? Foreigner, go vote in your country and do your shit. And stop watching OnlyFans. If I can do it, you can do it. Why do you need the government to crack down OnlyFans in my country so you can feel safe? How about you feel dangerous? How about you live with danger a little bit? Huh? The dangerous titty online. But all jokes aside, I actually did try to make a case analysis on what would happen if OnlyFans didn't exist. And I looked a little bit, and I was actually surprised about certain statistics. For instance, did you know that street hookers have actually went down since the internet? Like, I was actually surprised by this. Like, there were more prostitutes back in the day than you have today, which I guess kind of makes sense. Less porn magazines. Like, in Romania, it was almost filled with porn magazines to the brim. Everywhere you'd find porn magazines. Everyone had one. There was not a single Romanian that didn't have a porn magazine in his house. Now, they're almost extinct. There were women that would talk at the phone. So, like, the same way you have, like, live chat now, you used to have, like, a phone number, and you'd call, and it would be very expensive, and you'd talk with an ushikushi girl from the other line. Probably plump, but she did have, like, a seductive voice. And then after 12, on every single station, you'd have the red square, right? So you'd have, like, women that were employed, and they're... So, like, the sex industry was always there. Like, that's the thing. I'm going to stop acting so shocked. It's like, oh my goodness. Oh, Dios mío. I don't care. Okay, like it's not as apocalyptic as people like to think. And this OnlyFans industry is not just the girl showing the titty, but is the video editor, the sound guy, the camera crew, the lawyer that is her legal, the economist, like the accountants, right? Like it's an entire ecosystem over there. I'm not going to destabilize my nation's economy just for moral reasons. Oh, well, somewhere out there is hurting, so therefore, no, fuck it. I got privilege. I like where I am. I'm happy with how my family is doing. So yeah. If it didn't exist, other payment sites would take the creators. Then if it didn't exist, like porn is so prevalent, if it didn't exist, people would just place it on tadpoles. Like they would just like slap the sticker on a wall or some shit. Prostitutes shouldn't vacuum much money. Well, stop paying them subject to change. Why are you paying prostitutes? Just stop it. Just fucking stop it. Okay? Shouldn't pay much money. Well, why are you paying them for? Jusla, 10 euros. Thank you. What is the best platform to support you in terms of percentage to reach your wallet? I think PayPal. But to be honest, things are getting pretty grim. Like everywhere. Everywhere things are going pretty grim. Oh, Subscribestar. Subscribestar is actually the best. Yeah, like there's a link to my Subscribestar. Hey, hold on. I'll put the link to my Subscribestar. Do I need to log in? Oh my goodness, they asked me to log in. Hold on. Chat, it's important. I'm making money. Shush! Ah, here we go. Finally got it. Dead air, chat. Dead air, but it's fixed. There you go. You're shocked that I haven't been banned from Patreon? I'm not making that much on Patreon. I think I'm making like $200 now or $300, and so they're not bothering with banning me because like if I get banned, I'll probably piss my eyes on camera and say how traumatic it feels, and I'll probably make more money on Subscribestar if that happens. So they're like, oh well, okay. But yeah, no, it's like Patreon actually fucked it up really bad by letting people subscribe without paying. I don't even know, like without even checking, they created this system where you can subscribe to someone without paying, and you can just get a trial run. And it's like, okay, so people just go to a creator, they stick there, and then they subscribe off. And unless you're, someone that's but even if you're someone that's producing content, like there's no more incentive to pay. Yeah, you can become a free member. That's what they call it. I don't know why Patreon did that, because like every single content creator on that site noticed a huge drop in revenue after that, like 20-25%. It's like completely defeating the purpose of your business, right? Because like Patreon is making money not from ads, but from sharing the revenue, and you just push something that's wasting revenue on creators across the board. I didn't notice that on Subscribestar, right? It's so fucking weird. See, like the thing was like, I hate Patreon. I don't even know if I should or shouldn't, because they got pressured really hard by the payment companies. So if I hate Patreon, there's less hate that I have for the payment processors, and I think like the payment processors like deserve my entire attention right now. Like my full focus, and I can't be distracted. And so the payment processors really did tighten the screw on Twitter, Patreon, the Democrats as well. And so I don't really know if it's their fault entirely, or like it's simply what they needed to do in order to remain in business. We need decentralized crypto-based crowdfunding. Don't we already have that? Like, aren't there already places where you can trade crypto and pay to content creators? Like, we already got that. But it's not magical. See, like, the problem is you assume most people care about your issues. Like, you're under the assumption that, yeah, okay, like, most people agree that the payment processors are a bad thing. Most people not only don't care, most people think that what Patreon is doing is a good thing. Like, unironically, most people support Patreon's decisions to ban Sargon of Akkad, to ban content creators, to ban porn. My God, like, banning porn, holy shit, on Patreon. My fucking God. Okay, so, like, during the Me Too era, there was this whole thing with consent, right? Now, on Patreon, you have a lot of artists. Now, say what you want about pornography, but I fully support cartoon pornography because you don't have to kidnap a woman in order to do it. Like cartoon pornography literally involves no women being constrained, that there's no subjugation, like there's nothing there, right? It's just a guy with a pencil. And it also encourages people to draw, which means that when a game developer wants to hire someone, chances are that the cartoon pornographist actually knows how to draw normal women, beautiful characters, stylistic shit, right? So you're supporting artists. I would rather have someone doodling shit than working in a cubicle. But anyway, that's just me. I'm not forcing you to take my mentality into consideration. What I do notice is that during the Me Too era, big scandal over non-consent, right? And I do get it. Like, okay, if you have actual people being forced into pornography, that's prostitution. That's illegal. But they also went to the fictional shit, right? Like, they also went to stuff that's being drawn. And so you have this kink, right? Like this fetish that doesn't exist in the real world, which is hypnosis, right? Like, a lot of people are turned on by the concept of hypnosis. It's not something that can be replicated, can't be reproduced in the real world. It just arouses people. I don't know why, right? But usually someone's kink is someone else's disgust. It's just the way it is. You know, your kink is someone else's disgust. Someone else's kink is your disgust. Usually, it's polite to just not fucking talk about it, right? Like, just mind your own fucking business. If it's drawn, just whatever, you know, it is what it is. But, imagine, like, artists which set up their entire business around Patreon, right? And all they're doing is they're drawing this hypnosis shit. You know, a succubus hypnotizes a man. Like that's pretty much it. Like a furry has, like, the snake car hypnotizing someone. Okay. Those people pay fucking taxes, support the economy, you know, things are bad, everyone complains, oh, the price of eggs, but at the same time, we take a piss on the entrepreneur, we take a piss on the risk taker, we take a piss on the person with the independent business, and that independent business also supports an entire ecosystem. He's got a lawyer, probably, to draft contracts. He's got an accountant. He's got probably someone else that markets his shit, you know, like spends money to market his stuff, right? Like, he contributes to society much better than a person on welfare. Oh, I know, he draws pornography. Oh, horrible, right? But he's not on welfare, not a fucking leech, right? He's actually contributing to society, contributing to your lifestyle. But fuck those people. And so Patreon decided overnight, oh, we're going to ban everyone that's doing hypnosis. And so it's like, well, hold on a little bit. It's not about, like, the hypnosis guys, but what you're sending the message is that your platform is unsafe. If you're going to ban willy-nilly, like, one day it's fine and the next day isn't, and you have people that invest a lot in order to create a community, in order to start up a business and to sustain themselves and their family, and now you're basically saying, no, fuck that shit. Well, what confidence do I have as a content creator that talks about politics that tomorrow you're not going to spurg out because I'm talking against immigration? And so they lost a big chunk of following. They lost a huge percent of revenue. And this is across the fucking board, you know? This is a fucking board. Like all these companies using ideology to fucking crush the economy. Is the economy crushed because of the ideology alone? No, but it fucking helps. You know, price of eggs, price of gas, all that shit is because we keep using ideology to fuck with stuff that works. No more tradition. It's like, okay, this worked for 20 years. No one talked about it. Yes, it's disgusting, but fuck it. You know, gambling, for instance. Gambling or horse races. Yeah, I'm pretty sure horse races is horrible for the animal. Pretty sure, like, the horses aren't happy. Pretty sure there's accidents. Pretty sure, right, like, it's gambling involved. But I don't fuck with it. Why? Tradition. Existed up until now. No one fucking died, right? Society didn't destroy. Just leave it the fuck alone. Casinos. Okay, well, there's people that go to casino. They waste their entire body. They destroy their livelihoods. Okay, but you destroy Las Vegas if you get rid of the casinos. Just leave them the fuck alone. Don't go there. Don't fucking go there, right? Encourage other people not to go there and leave it the fuck alone. You're benefiting from it. You're getting taxes from it, you know? Hypnos means sleep? No. It's like, again, it can only exist in cartoons, right? Like, it doesn't exist in reality. But, like, someone does the hypnosis eyes. And all of a sudden, the other person is hooked, right? Like, they're, it's kind of like in D&D, casting the suggestion spell, right? So you have, like, a woman that uses hypnosis on a guy, and the guy is completely submissive now and does whatever she says, right? Like, that's the kink. Is it non-consensual? Yes. Does it pose a harm to real life? No, it doesn't even exist in real life. You can't reproduce it. It's not the same. Is it encouraging something, glorifying something? No, it just helps people crank a nut. You know? Like, it's just mind-boggling. Trump bankrupted a few casinos? Well, that's not a good thing. Aren't racehorses living well? I don't know. I mean, they live in captivity, right? I can't say. I'm pretty sure, like, some PETA is going to freak out about it. You're pretty sure that hypnosis is fake anyway? Of course it is. $50 Shades of Harassment. Oh my god. But yeah, you know, 50 Shades of Grey, another thing. I don't fucking like it. I hate it. But does it produce money to the economy? Yes. Right? Like, all of the publishers and all the people working at the publishing house make money. All of the cinemas and the people working there make money. Like, I want to support the small business. It's not just about this, but like, if I support small businesses with this, I support small businesses with everything. I have more respect for the pornographer than I have for the modern Disney. Like, the modern Disney in 2025 gets none of my fucking respect. They're actually losing money. They're actually causing damage. Seriously, like, every time Disney releases a slop, all the people that are selling toys based around that, they fail. All the people that are selling other Disney merchandise, they fail. The cinemas, you know, they rent the movie, they buy the ticket, the empty seats. Only pornographer I respect is the cartoonist. I'm a little bit more... Like, I support the cosplayer. I support the people that, you know, do tasteful... not necessarily like nudity, but like the calendars, you know, that used to be with the Miss July, Miss August, that type of thing. Certain people that play in movies and TV shows. But yeah, like actual hardcore pornography, I don't support it. But at the same time, I wouldn't want it banned. I view it as something that will always exist. You know, there's always going to be a kink for it. But I definitely... Like, when I say support, it's like things that, unironically, I don't view as evil, right? So, like, the artist that doodle, the cosplayer that tries to craft a beautiful costume to look as close to the video game character or the TV show personality that they like. Someone that makes a tasteful nude picture, you know, maybe even nudity. I'll go even that far, right? Like, someone that posts on Playboy magazine. I'm happy with that. It's fine. But, like, full, like, adult... or adult penetration, not for me. But at the same time, I wouldn't campaign against it simply because it's just part of the economy. Definitely none of my family will do it. So there's that. And I'm not going to do it either. Yeah, doodle the doodle. Have you seen Ironheart 2014? Great costume work. Yeah. Nudity and pornography shouldn't be necessarily considered the same. Well, it depends who you ask. Like, if you ask the Melody background, anything that can titillate, any type of erotica, even like mild, suggestive stuff is evil, right? It's porn. Even if a video game has plot, character development, great graphics, but it has like the ass shaking, that's porn. She has 15 choker, correct. Anyway, right. I'll end it here. I'm gonna upload videos on my other channels. Thank you guys for listening. Please like the stream if you actually liked it. Share it around if you have friends. If not, well, welcome to my world. And I'll see